Alright, hopefully we should be live.
Hey.
It's a guess. Still going off of the new YouTube system, which is actually a little slower from letting me know when we're live.
I do have to say, I thought I was always alive, but I guess I could be wrong.
Oh god! The volume is too loud and I need to adjust it, but I can't because now I am... Well, I'm asleep now.
Well, there you go.
Game realized that I was ill-prepared and punished me for it already. Alright, Barrett, get in.
Is that how you know you're alive? You get punished?
You know, there is an old saying that pain is how you know you're alive, something like that. Oh god. And I'm asleep. Tifa!
Stop going night-night.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that block is a thing. That is my biggest problem in this game. Alright, where's Cloud?
So it is kind of funny, since right before this we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons and orcs, because I want to make an orcish character. And I just Googled it because I couldn't find it in
Barrett can't cast spells because he's a toad. Sorry.
I'm too blind to find it in the book, so I just Googled Dungeons and Dragons orc, and I had to go through a couple pages or a couple head titles, or titles, whatever you call them, of why orcs and Dungeons and Dragons are bad, why, you know, the racial divide of orcs or something like that. And I was like, keep it together. Just get me to where in the book orcs are. Like, why is that so difficult?
Sorry. I'm having to deal with without being able to use the elemental weakness, so I'm a little slow at the moment.
So it looks like in D&D, orcs are an enemy, not really a playable character.
Yeah, I think originally they aren't meant to be, but there are ways to do it.
So,
right.
So do you think that whoever would be DM, if not you, would be Tyler, Jacob, or Moose?
I guess.
I'm the only one that doesn't DM.
Well, I would throw Caleb into that, but Caleb doesn't even play anymore, so...
Yeah, I can't
Does
count
that even
Caleb.
count?
Yeah, I'm not counting Caleb when it's been like 6 months. But, so it's kind of funny that I'm the only one that doesn't DM.
Well, but you also play some of the best characters. You are, in a lot of sense, what a lot of people wish other D&D players were.
Well, I feel like you need one of them.
Yeah.
One to carry the creativity. I think.
Otherwise, everybody, you know,
I think the problem that
they
we have
recently
is,
did with their rules, everybody wants to be the special snowflake hero.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like a lot of. I don't even know if they necessarily mean it, or they just they make a character up in their mind, and it's a base character, and then they min-max for that character.
Yeah.
Whereas I make the character, I dwell the backstory of the character, and then I do the stats that make sense for the character.
Yeah, I really dislike... it's an entire playstyle, and some people, it's like it's all they know. But I hate min-maxing.
Yeah, no, it's not for me, but you know what? If it works for the character that you made and you play, I get it. It doesn't bother me either.
Jesus Christ, I am getting stomped on.
And I think it doesn't bother me because of how we play Dungeons and Dragons. Our style, I don't give a rat's ass on how anyone else plays.
Yeah, well,
I don't let my character feel any less of a character because someone's stronger than me or something. I take that back, because if anyone was stronger than Dave would beat him. But that's a character of Dave.
Yeah, that was his thing.
It's not like I'm going to be offended, like if I make a blacksmith, if someone's going to be stronger than the blacksmith. Dude, if you can justify why you'd be stronger than the blacksmith, fine, I don't care. You have to understand that a blacksmith would be a strong, healthy, dexterous character.
Which is also, like, when you play a trades character like that, you're kind of forced to... Oh, blocked it.
No holding back.
Alright. You're kind of forced to take other stat roundings that you might not normally.
Yeah.
That didn't need to be so
Like,
messy.
imagine trying to play a monk that actually has to be physically strong as heck too.
Yeah, no, I think that's what
Everybody wants to be the I'm the monk that does all the ninja shit.
Yes.
Which, don't get me wrong, is fun. I think this is the way. Yeah, this is the way. So look at this on the mini map.
I see up top.
But yeah, up top here is blocked off by a rockway.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a dead end. I even went down here at one point, I think, but didn't fully turn the corner because I saw, oh, it's blocked off.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's a doorway.
There was a doorway that I felt so stupid when I realized that.
God, that's really shitty of them to do on the map.
On the map, yeah. Like, as far as, like, in the level, it's totally fine.
Yeah,
The map was...
The
the
level
map lied
design
to me.
is fine, but the mini map, though, doesn't make sense that they would cut it off.
It's on you.
Alright, where are these fish guys? I think Barrett is the guy I have set up right now. They can't be put to sleep, and these fish guys tend to want to do that to me. Hey, Halo Master Chief, what's up?
Hey, Halo.
Been a while. Oh, I am actually feel like I'm doing a little bit better.
Who was it? It wasn't Halo. Who was it that had a Halo monster?
Oh, there was another guy who stopped in one day who was quite talkative with us about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was any
bad.
of the regulars. Him.
I thought
or,
he was a regular for a couple times and then fell off.
he
I
might
thought
have
he
been.
was there at least 2 or 3 times.
So, Halo Master Chief, what's been up with you? I've noticed you've started uploading some of your own videos. I think I talked about this with you last time. I was still liking the he's doing some Halo videos himself.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Well, I would hope that Halo Master Chief does Halo videos.
You ready?
It'd be
Yeah.
out of character for him to do Pokemon videos.
like anybody can do Pokemon videos. As far as playing Pokemon, anybody can do it. I you know.
So
just
you're
like
telling me
that,
that he can be a
I gotcha.
he can be a Poketuber? Is that what they call him?
No, a Pokemon Master Chief.
Oh, that
That hurt you?
yeah, that literally like dug a spoon. You know when somebody like really sharp hits you in the rib? I
Yeah.
felt that, but like in my center core, like it just in my being.
I'm glad I hurt your soul.
Yeah, that's a word for what you did.
That's a,
Oh hey,
Avalanche. Right. Jesse and Biggs.
I waited 7 years just to give you false hope
I never got the chance to thank them for what they did.
that you were a single
you
kid.
are you telling me
Let's
that
just keep
you
moving,
planned your own
okay?
birth?
Yeah.
Hate to interrupt.
You didn't?
But the trunk line's
Nope.
just through that.
I got thrust into the
there.
shithole
Yeah, we
unwillingly.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
Don't think about that one. But you had to use the word thrust and shithole in your description of life.
This way.
That is deeply disturbing, the path you are taking with that.
But
Yes, what about it?
I couldn't help make the joke.
Hey, wasn't this locked before?
Your time to shine. Clear the path ahead, would you?
I feel like we started talking about D&D and
Can I
now
ask
you were
you
just
something?
literally
Why didn't you help
defecating
us
on my
out
life.
before? You could have.
It's almost all your fault, though.
Andrea, you told me to.
Well, we started talking about D&D, and then I was talking about Pokemon and Halo with Halo Master Chief over here.
Huh?
It doesn't matter. Let's go.
But if you want to go... Oh, he did respawn. I just
Oh,
saw it
yep.
pop up.
Still doing Halo videos. Played a match on Halo 2 Hardcore Online. Oh, with Mick Juggernuggets. I think that was another YouTuber he mentioned before. I still hadn't gone to check out that channel.
Mick Juggernuggets is... I think one I know. Was he... He was the one who... Was he the one with the angry grandpa?
We won't hold back.
I wouldn't know, I hadn't looked him up before, but it's definitely a name I recognize.
He was a big channel,
Oh,
which is it's good that that Halo got on that, because I think he is or was a big channel.
Yeah.
And Halo can tell me if I'm wrong or not. Was that Angry Grandpa or was that something else? I think McJuggernaut was one of the, if not Angry Grandpa, he was one of the angry freak out people. Similar to the Boogie's character.
Okay,
Similar in that regard. I can't remember for sure because that wasn't my style of content.
Oh, alright.
Like I would watch 1 or 2 and then after 3 or 4 you realize it's all fake. Because it's the same script.
Corneo's hideout. From here on, I'll take the lead.
I remember when so many people were taking some of the early Boogie videos so hard, literally.
Well, you take so many of those literally until, again, it's clearly scripted because you have essentially the same event, just now with more money.
Yeah.
Because
I have got to buy this new song.
It's almost like the script is some minor thing slightly
Give me these potions.
bothers someone and they take it to an extreme and end up breaking things because you always have to break things.
Yeah. So I stocked up on items, and we still have $8 grand. So
I will say I loved Boogie's character with when he would just fucking down Mountain Dew.
yeah,
Just drown himself in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for the scene and then
So
I'll
how are we
read
supposed
this.
to get topside?
Through here.
Gotta go through here.
Then you're telling me we're not done?
No, you ain't done.
Sorry, guys, but it's not that simple.
You have like 4 more discs to play, right?
If we're talking about where this is likely going to end up, yes.
The fuck is that rat?
No! Wait!
Can you
We
read
gotta
that? 'Cause I
catch
feel like
him.
I'm gonna have to go
Huh?
fast
Took the
on
key to
this.
the door! Without it, we're
You want me to start
screwed.
reading it now?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh no, the With Angry Grandpa is Kid Behind a Camera, and McJuggernaut was the one where his dad just read his videos all the time, and yes, most of McJuggernaut's videos are fake. Yeah, that I recognized McJuggernaut as being one of the
Could you almost
Freak
call them, reactionary guys?
reactionary freak out videos. I don't know what you would call it, but I recognized him as being someone, and I know that he has a big channel. So definitely congratulations on playing with him, because I can imagine that being a big thing.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I know that can be a big thing. I mean, I work with with the guy who I idolized.
Which is a huge deal. You are like beside yourself with your own.
Oh, it still is fascinating.
Yeah, let me put it this way.
I don't know
Quinn.
if I
You have never had an issue with your ego, and now you have gone even further beyond.
Do you really think so? I don't think I have. I don't think. Because it's only been a month or so that I've been there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than a month.
No, I mean as far as like you have gone further in the idea of your word meaning, you know, more than you once let on for it meaning. Is I think the way I meant to have that worded.
My word?
You accepted yourself as more of a professional than you used to.
Oh, absolutely.
That's kind of the way I
Yes.
meant for that to go.
Yes, I threw away the humbleness I once had.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it's funny because at the same time I feel. So it's kind of funny that you say that because I feel like getting this job has. I don't know if you do know Halo, if you've heard us mention it, or I don't know if I mentioned often who I actually work for, but I work for Brian Varchek. I don't think that's a problem to say.
No, it'll be a problem later on. We're just not there yet.
I guess maybe eventually when something happens. But I work for Brian, who I work at BHP Reptiles, and getting that job really what's the word I want to look for where it's like a next level type of thing.
Maybe we could just say that.
I guess it really makes me feel like that going into the reptile field that I wanted to is more real than ever.
Yeah, okay.
And it's funny because of that, I now feel within the group of people I'm in, I'm the stupidest one there when it comes to reptiles. And so it's kind of funny in one sense at my old job, where I was a manager of a pet store, and the company's reptile expert.
I got your number.
I was smarter than everyone else when it comes to reptiles. Now I'm at the bottom of that total.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's kind of, but it also justifies more me going into that field, because I didn't just become a reptile breeder. I became a reptile breeder for Michigan's largest reptile breeder and the largest reptile personality on YouTube. So I think it's a really interesting situation how it feels like I stepped up and fell way down at the same time.
Yeah, you stepped up in life, but stepped down socially.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So it's just kind of a funny comparison to make since we were talking about it.
I remember, and it was such a huge deal that we even got to go meet him.
It was a huge deal.
Yeah, well, it absolutely was.
I mean, the first time I met him was with John. And John literally, I know this is going to sound stupid.
All right, so
John and I were like shaking, excited to see him and talk to him.
well, it was like your... I know it's not possible anymore, but it would have been, kind of like meeting Steve Irwin.
Definitely
Different avenue entirely, because
Yeah,
Steve
definitely in
Irwin
a sense, it's the same idea,
meeting
different.
your idol thing.
Yeah, same idea, different level. Because whereas with Brian, I definitely felt like I was shaking. I can only imagine if I met Steve Irwin, I wouldn't be able to use words.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to bring in. Plus, with just how much energy Irwin had, you wouldn't have time to speak. Because he would be like all up on you. He'd be grabbing you, taking pictures, making funny faces.
Oh, I did speak with outside of the stream with Halo Master Chief about your dealings with, and I hinted at some things because I didn't want to get into detail because I didn't know the details.
Keep those gloves
specifically.
on.
Sure thing, Coach.
But your involvements with some of the other pet stores, the big names, Petco, PetSmart.
Yeah, what involvement in which you speak? Because I don't really have.
Some stories you heard either on Reddit or through the grapevine of some real questionable practices.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's always questionable practices, and that's always been a big. I mean, if you want to go down that avenue, PetSmart gets a lot of reptiles, and they have a contract, I think it is, with Reptiles by Mac. And PETA exposed that as being a huge problem because
Give them hell.
I don't know how much of the pictures were not given the whole story, because I also hear through the grapevine that Reptiles by Mac is actually a really great guy and has really good animals, but when you work with a warehouse full of animals, you're going to get some that don't work good.
Right.
That's just the nature of the game. But then if you just take those pictures and you twist it and say this is how they're all like, but some of those pictures were rather bad, even taking that into consideration, in my opinion. So it's hard to say one way or another, because obviously I haven't been there, I don't know the guy, I don't know his facility, and I only know the propaganda that PETA pushed out.
All right. Yeah, I didn't want to get into detail because I didn't know the specifics.
There is some other things I feel like I could talk about without getting in trouble, but I would rather not, just for the safety of it, of new... I don't want to use the word new because they're not new, but different contracts or different things that are in place. Especially when it comes to the breeding of reptiles. And
I just wanted
really
to get that out there since I know I mentioned it to him about it, but wanted to bring it up as well.
But Halo did reply saying, oh, and Ian and Quinn, if you're interested in PlayStation 5, you can pre-order it now. I forget where you can pre-order it, but you can definitely pre-order the PlayStation 5.
From what I heard, the PlayStation 5 right now is...
Hang back.
Bear it out. Yeah, bear it
Like
out.
it or not, I don't know enough about PlayStation 5, but like it or not, it's like we're still going to get both PlayStation
Eventually.
5 and the whatever Xbox eventually.
The only reason that I might not And it's not that I wouldn't ever, but it's that I would wait until it's cheaper and so on
For the PlayStation or Xbox?
for the Xbox is because supposedly...
Oh, we always wait for the Xbox.
Yeah, because supposedly the Xbox this time is going to be the... Sorry, that was kind of cool. Slow down there. Is going to be
never in doubt.
playing the exact same stuff that your PC will.
I mean, if they come out with a Halo edition, I'm going to have to get it.
Yeah, it's just for the collection there.
Yeah. Because I'm really actually...
I am
it's
smashing that triangle button and wasn't opening the door.
It's kind of weird how I feel about my Halo collection. I feel like it's a good collection, but I feel like for someone who would want to collect Halo, it's a really small, pathetic collection. But Halo also doesn't have that many...
You really have to
Halo
expand.
itself doesn't have the collectibles. It's when you get into the Halo Legos
The
or
merchandise.
the merchandise side of it, there's a lot. But I'm pretty sure I have every one of the collectible things, except for Halo had 3 or 4 different types of Xbox 360s, and I only have one because why would I need 4?
Right.
I mean, if I can get them for a couple $100, I won't say no, but
Deal with that.
Need my help, do you?
I'm not searching that out either like I've searched out other Halo stuff. Now, actually, I'm trying to collect all the books, because I think that's a rather good thing to add to the collection. Just like how...
And it's unique.
Yeah, just like how... Wasn't there Halo movies or one movie? Maybe Halo Master Chief would know.
I think there's 2.
I would like to get those as well, just because I feel like that's a pretty big usage of the IP. It's not like a Lego set,
I fell for that literally immediately after.
if that makes sense. You know, or
Yeah.
like a Funko Pop. There's a Funko
I'll be
Pop of
honest,
everything
as
that
far
doesn't.
as like new Lego sets, I love that NES.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool thing. And I would love to have some Halo Lego sets, especially when I move out and I can expand that collection.
I really wish they did like a large element one. I think if you do that out of Legos and you can incorporate some interesting things like the Cortana chip in the back of the head, like you could totally have that be a Lego thing. Like who's gonna know it's really there except the guy who built it?
Yeah.
But it's just a fun Easter egg.
Oh, absolutely. But I think once I move and I have more space personally to expand my Halo collection, I would love to start buying all those stupid knickknacks that I see. Like when you're at GameStop and you see this Halo statue that's on clearance for $5. Yeah, we'll get it. Why not? It's just another thing. But I have all the important aspects. I have every one of my systems is a Halo, except for the original Xbox, because obviously...
No, it is.
No, it is. Okay, I didn't think they had that one. I thought there was one that didn't have a Halo edition. The original Xbox I had 360.
No, I think they've all had one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it started on.
Oh,
the
no.
original.
It was, I have every collectible set. I can't remember... I don't think Halo had... The original Halo had one.
Yeah, it didn't have a
Halo
special
2
edition.
had it. I could be wrong on that one, though, but there's a lot of Halo things that I have over there. I'm looking at it, trying to see if I know of anything I'm missing, but I really don't know. He said, "Wait, what did you guys say about the PlayStation 5? What were you going to say about the PlayStation 5? I interrupted you."
Oh, Oh, about the pre-order. That's what was going on. I really had to think back. What were we covering on the PlayStation 5? From what I understand, you can currently go through Sony to be put up on basically a wait list for when the pre-order is technically official. Which is so weird to me because it's like a pre-order for the pre-order. I don't know if that implies that there's going to be a limited shortage, or if they're gauging, really where is the appeal at, since we don't want to price drop right now. And I think the reason they wouldn't want to do that is because it makes an official stance that Microsoft can counter at. It's
Gotcha.
like giving too much information to your competitor. I've got to figure out how to drain these, I think.
I have a question for you. I just randomly thought of because I'm so extra. Your Master Sword over there for Zelda. How much did that cost? Like, how much would one cost now?
Not that much because it's not like a real sword or anything. It's you call it a wall hanger.
Yeah, I asked because I was thinking about it. Like, what I want to do with my Halo collection is really have that be my one big collection. And that's originally what we were doing with Final Fantasy, but it really seems like Zelda took that over.
Well, my problem with Final Fantasy that I came to, and I hate that it's an issue, is there's so much, and so much of it cannot be actually gotten. Because it's like digital only, or...
Well, my problem with it is all the collectible shit is like $800. All the really cool collectible, like...
Oh, yeah, like the figures
Final
and
Fantasy
things.
collectible stuff.
Square Enix gouges you in the
Yeah,
face.
I hate that. Whereas Legend of Zelda, we have a lot of cool random knickknacks, but we also have a lot of, like, we have the
You're up.
Let's do this.
3DS, and that wasn't price gouged in my opinion. I mean, it was, the price was increased because it's the limited edition, but it wasn't an ungodly expensive.
One that I keep seeing jump all over in price that I really love because I'm a huge fan of the series is the 3DS I have that is the Fire Emblem Special Edition.
But what I really like about our Legend of Zelda collection is that there is so much to choose from to add to the collection. And so what I was getting at is
And a lot of the merchandise isn't, yeah, like you said, crazy expensive.
Yeah, because
They
it's so
do
mainstream.
Have the, and I was so pissed that we couldn't get it, the special edition for the Switch. I literally waited up for that and they sold out in seconds.
Yeah, obviously they would. But hopefully in like 10 years, someone will have it.
I really just want that the statue of the sword.
So what I was going to get at, since you mentioned that, is for one, the first thing that came to my mind is getting a mannequin and just buying a cheap outfit to put on the mannequin, or a unique outfit.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, you know what'd be really cool though, is buy one of your Master Swords and set up a foam prop that you cover in grout and other. You grout it and then you paint it to make it look like the sword in the stone.
Why can't Cloud do his summon but everybody else can?
But that realistically wouldn't be that difficult to do because it's just foam, you grout it, you paint it, and now you have the sword stuck in the stone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a cool little prop idea to do.
Also, if I was going to do that one, I would personally have a preference to doing... Hold on. Oh, there it is. The setup that they had in the Ocarina of Time. Because, you know, lo and behold, that's going to be my favorite Zelda game.
That's because you have a bad opinion because Breath of the Wild is the best.
Breath of the Wild isn't a Zelda game.
So you
It's
just
an
have a bad
awesome
opinion.
game.
No, you just have a bad opinion. It's okay.
I don't know if I will ever be not triggered by people telling me that about Breath of the Wild.
It's okay. You can have a Democrat opinion.
Okay, you know what?
Anyway,
Uh,
I just triggered you, you little snowflake.
we're about to throw down here, Quinn.
Yeah, it's okay. You're a little snowflake. You're a triggered snowflake. You just can't, you know, facts don't care about your feelings.
Anyways,
I just really want to trigger. I want to get you upset.
Really?
Halo Master Chief says, "Oh yeah, have you guys seen the new Ratchet and Clank Rift? The new Ratchet and Clank.
I
the
saw
park
that's going to
game
be in PlayStation 5.
and trailer and the gameplay. Ratchet and Clank was surprisingly something I didn't really get a whole lot of interest in.
I'll be honest, I personally
Is that-
preferred the first
Give it
Jak and
back.
Daxter to the entirety of the Jak and Daxter Ratchet and Clank thing, because a lot of people correlate the two together
That's not a key.
quite often. But once you get past the first Jack and Daxter,
Sorry.
Ratchet and Clank ran off with the win as far as like comparing
That's
the two.
not your
So-
pendant either.
My opinion, which is obviously wrong.
Were they
Yeah, because you're
family?
just a terrible human being. You just have too many wrong opinions. So, but no.
It
I'm
was
trying to
all just
remember.
a dream,
Ratchet and Clank. God, it's
wasn't
been
it?
so long since I played. I know I played for like an hour
But
of the newest
I have
one.
the remake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of the
we
remake.
played a little bit of that
I played
one.
a little. But I can't remember. Is
Time
it
to wake
a?
up
It's not a. Is it a
and
collecting
forget.
game?
A little bit of a collectathon,
Yeah.
much like in the Banjo-Kazooie sense.
And that's what I was going to
6
say
months
is,
ago.
is out of all the collecting
On that
games,
day,
assuming
Cornwall
that
picked
was
her as a
one,
bride, and on
Banjo-Kazooie
the
was
next,
by
she
far my
vanished
favorite.
without a trace.
It was kind of like an
But before she
action
did, she gave it back.
collecting. Yeah, that
Salt on
general
the wound.
stance could
Thing
probably
cost
fit
me
it.
a small fortune.
You know what was one that I liked watching, but I did think was really
Why did you wanna
overrated
come
as far
down
as
here?
collecting games? Gosh, the
Revenge.
the squirrel who always uses profanities.
Conkers.
Yeah,
And
Conker's
knowing
Bad
to
Fur
let
Day.
go, but I
That
can't.
was really overrated. It got a huge
I need
hype
closure, 'cause
a
without
couple
it,
years ago, and it
I'll never be
didn't
able to
deserve
move on.
It's fine.
I think it
As long as you
deserves
get us
it in the
topside,
sense
we're
of its
still in.
place in video game history.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it pushed envelopes that nobody
don't worry.
even conceived of in
It-
its time.
So it deserves the same position that Deadpool deserves,
You all right?
but for some reason it got the same hype that Deadpool got. Deadpool
know a
is way
shortcut.
overhyped for what it is.
Follow me.
My opinion is that as well, so expect to be wrong, Quinn.
I like that. I liked Deadpool before Deadpool was cool. Just I'm a hipster for Deadpool, which is why it's really frustrating that Deadpool has
That twisted
become
piece of
mainstream.
shit.
I think a part of
I'm gonna
Deadpool's
enjoy being
appeal
him
was
too.
that he wasn't
Cornell's
mainstream.
mine and mine alone.
Yeah, I could see that.
Please.
Fine.
So it's
Oh.
just that the Conker's Bad Fur Day just it really.
It is a fun game, but like it isn't so amazing. I'm going purely off a price point. I've seen them go for like $80. It's not an $80 game. It's from the collector standpoint, the price isn't unjustified, but from gameplay standpoint, it's not an $80 game.
Yes.
Like the original Final Fantasy VII. Just because there's so much to it and it was done fairly well, you could say, it's price XYZ for playability.
God, I hope it's not X, Y, and Z. That's a potential of 2 zeros at the end.
Okay.
It's not $100, is it?
No, I not even.
That's what I'm saying.
At one point it was. My God, at one point it was so expensive. I don't know what the reason was, but I was seeing copies, selling all over the place for triple digits.
That's the right I was
Wait
looking for, triple
outside.
digits.
Think the kid's gonna be okay going it alone?
But
All right, well, before I jump in here to deal with this issue with him, gonna make sure that we are topped up here. So I'm not sure if you've been able to notice or pay attention at all. Look at Barrett's max health and look at everybody else's.
I mean, Cloud. Oh, Max. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Barrett is already over Tifa and he's still not even at half of his health. I gave him some material to really beef him up, and I really like swapping over to him now.
Yeah.
Because I get to take all of the abuse and let everybody else fight far more effectively than me.
You know what I really like about the Legend of Zelda collectibles that we do have, and just the franchise in general.
Alright, the franchise in general, what do you like?
It breeds a really, really, really good art style for
Oh, you're
color.
kidding me. I wasted all those ethers.
Good job.
That's totally a me thing to do.
But
Oh, was there a follow-up there?
no, not yet.
All
We're
right.
still on the Ratchet and Clank thing. I really like the color. I like how much color there is. but it's not so much that it.
It's Leslie.
I will say,
Got some
Felix,
urgent info
jumping on
for
your
the
color
Don.
thing, I do love the artistic take, direction, color, the whole bit
Of course.
of Ratchet and Clank.
Really? Without
It's
no,
that right
avalanche
level of comic
kittens?
book comedy.
I thought I
but
told
done
you
in
to round
video
them up
games.
and bring them to me.
Yeah. I like that guy's
Actually-
mustache.
It's them I came to talk
But
about.
this guy is one of the early ultra creeps.
But I just wanted to get that out there, is that I really like the color of that Legend of Zelda has, that a lot of other games don't have, because for one reason or another, either they don't have any real big color, or they have so much and such
think I
aggressive
need to
color
remind
that
you
it's
why
really
I got
distracting.
Yeah.
Spilling the beans to those 3 escape artists was a
So this guy that got
serious
gut
mistake.
punched and is on the ground, or no, he
Now
was
I'm
chest
on
punched, I
Schindler's
guess.
shit list.
Tell me he
The
doesn't look like he
Quake
could be
stunt meant
the
to
main
be an
character in
unprecedented
almost any
tragedy,
other Final Fantasy
claiming
game.
Countless
Like he would
innocent
slip right in.
lives.
Yeah.
But those naughty little kittens organized
I also
an
like that this
evacuation
bad
and
guy that
screwed
you're
up the
going
plan.
up against right here has a beard that goes
I'll let
between
you
his
in on a
chins.
secret. Shinra's
Look at it.
abandoned Midgar.
Oh,
and
yeah,
built
you're
something
right.
close to paradise.
that is perfect epitome
I
neckbeard.
was invited
No, it's
to be
not-
a part of it.
You can't even call it neckbeard because it goes between his chins. It's not between it. It's not on his neck. Look, his neck is well shaven. It's really.
I didn't even notice that before, and it's so beautiful that you pointed that out.
Oh, Logan came out and said that Zelda Seasons was great.
Of the action.
Zelda Seasons? Oh, Story of Seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Quiz time,
I like.
kiddo.
Yeah, I
Villains
think
like
that was
us
kind of
only
like the
divulge
DS
our evil
games.
plans in a certain
There are
situation.
so few
But
bad
what
Zelda
is
games.
that situation?
And even then, I'm going to stand by this again. The newest Zelda game, I can't.
Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild, fantastic game. I still have trouble saying it's a Zelda game.
And you are very,
again,
very
Don.
much wrong on that.
Huh? It's you.
Anyways, yes,
You
no
talk
bad
about
games.
Seven player.
No,
Keep
it's-
No,
talking,
they do
asshole.
have a few, like
Honestly,
Spirit Tracks wasn't that good.
Over there.
I've
Over
never,
there.
you know, I can't say
Don't try
never.
to bullshit us.
I'm not a huge video game guy, so I
It's
haven't
not
played
technically
very many of the
bullshit,
Zeldas. I think
it's
I played the
true.
original Zelda and then which one was that? I had the crazy face.
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. I remember playing a little bit of that with Miguel.
I know you've played the original, and I know you
Feel free to play
played
with your food.
at least a few minutes of the second, where it's like a side scroller.
Yeah. But no, Breath of the Wild is the first one I've really
him,
deeply played,
then
and I still
Corneo.
haven't finished it because
Don't overdo it.
I'm almost seasonal when it comes to video games, where I'll play for a month, 2 hours a day, and then I drop it for 3 months, and then I come back
Where
to
are you?
games again like that. Let's hear. Logan also said Oracle of Seasons, Game Boy Color. Breath of the Wild, in my opinion, went back to the series' roots.
It went to
Ooh.
it in the sense of,
There's some big disagreements there.
yeah, I agree in the sense of the idea of like doing things out of order. Like the original game, part of it was you could do so much of that game out of order at your own pace, and the Breath of the Wild absolutely did that. Sorry, I gotta turn my brain on here.
I will say I do agree with you when you said that you
But-
wish that there was more things to happen.
As far as what it
within the
tried
open
to do,
space.
yeah.
Now
The
I will
open
say,
space felt like it was underpopulated sometimes.
Logan said, yeah, that's what I meant, and so I'm not sure to what. Yeah, that's what I meant was too.
I think he meant as far as for it returning to its origins.
But
But what it didn't do is a lot of what Zelda is the formula of dungeons, how they work, and they didn't even play in that same avenue. Once again, some people liked it and loved that change up. I didn't, and that is definitely a deviation from their normal system.
see, what I really liked gameplay-wise is that it feels like a
I
Zelda
don't know if I
version
have to
of
hit.
not. I'm gonna say this, and it might sound weird, because they're very different games, but the style of game is very similar to Breath of the Wild and Skyrim. The open world, like you said, you can do things out of order, and you have random events that can happen. And I don't know if Switch does updates. I don't know if that's really a thing, but I swear, I started playing it again at Autumn's house. I'm getting more things happening randomly. I'm getting more people showing up.
I haven't played it in a while, so they might have. They do get updates.
Logan says I was in Bliss. Logan says that they're very different. I was in Bliss playing it for like 50 hours.
Yeah, no, like it is a game that you can sink into. I'm saying it's a fantastic game.
You just have a bad opinion about it too.
I just think it deviates from the formula of Zelda that I did really like about Zelda. That does go all the way back to its roots. I mean, the dungeon format literally goes to the original game, and I guess the first one to even deviate from that, even keeping the spirit of it but deviating slightly, was the second Zelda. They still had dungeons, they still had the format, they still had the item use, and I've heard so many people try to, say that those trials were the dungeons. They are not even in the same relation. You would have to put several of those together and give a reason to go through several to even make the conceptual claim of they're the dungeons.
So here's what I will say. Breath of the Wild was really like when a rock band or a heavy rock band or even sometimes metal bands branch out of that formula and do something that's almost more pop-like. Like how Linkin Park for a long time went really poppy for a little bit. And still kind of a little bit now, you know what I'm talking about though?
Well, especially...
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that. But that formula change, that branching out. Breath of the Wild was that branch out that I feel like a lot... I can't say a lot, because some of the hardcore fans didn't like that it changed formula, like you. But I think that Breath of the Wild expanded the...
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm locking onto everything, and I don't mean to.
I feel like Breath of the Wild really expanded the players. It got more people to play.
Yeah, and, nothing against how they did that. Once again, it's a formula that worked.
Logan says, I think it would be cool if they bring more gadgets into the sequel.
That would be something that could lead further into the style I was looking for.
And see,
I need to do more with it than just bring the gadgets in, but that's a start.
I would much rather see, like you said before, more random events, more random encounters, but also more ability to explore.
God, I'm so pissed that I can't even hit half of these enemies.
Because right now, all the exploring that you can do is surface level. There isn't really dungeons. There isn't really even a cave, really, that I know of. It's all really kind of surface level. It's all on the surface of everything.
Yeah.
And even though, obviously, Breath of the Wild is not a flat game, I really feel like because of that, it feels flat sometimes. So I think that would be really interesting is if they made exploration more of a thing. Mind you, I'm back to playing at the beginning of Breath of the Wild, and everything is put on easy mode, so I'm kind of thinking that. Because I do remember I really enjoyed going through the foresty or rainforesty thing where the bird people were.
Yeah.
That was a cool region.
I hate that so hard.
So Logan says, yeah, I felt like it wasn't worth trying 100%. There wasn't much reward for doing everything. And yeah, absolutely, there wasn't.
And the thing about that is, as far as the game goes, there's a huge thing to be said about the almost. I don't want to sound pompous as I say, but I think it's a way to not sound pompous. The designing artistic decision to do that for some things, to where, like, just sometimes the reward just will never really pan out.
Yeah, it really breaks it up, and going off of that, it really does break up the whole reward system that your brain has, and it makes it so when you get the reward, it feels even better.
Yeah.
You're not muddying it by getting a participation trophy.
Yeah. And then I guess you kind of do, because, let's be real, they give you something for everything, it's just sometimes it's such trash.
But I got the DLC and I got a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah, I bought the DLC as well, and I still haven't played it.
For Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
There's a motorcycle in Breath of the Wild.
Yes. Because they're playing into that lost technology thing. Which is something that I like the idea of.
No, I feel better about that.
Yeah. I like the idea of, but once again, it's one of those things that not my cup of tea in Zelda. But I think that's mostly because of how it was implemented.
Why?
The idea alone fits in so much stuff.
I just hope it doesn't go the same route as Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
God, I don't think it can. I'm trying to think, like,
how do you
I
ruin a
think
franchise?
what I wanted to see more of as far as that lost technology stuff is I wanted more deep dive into the world before the cataclysmic event. You know, like giving you the holy shit. Giving you more things to deep dive into. Rather than just giving you more stuff to dive into. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They gave you more surface level stuff and less really get in there stuff.
You know, I will say that's something I really like about playing Skyrim, is that the level of lore is pretty intense. You could pick up a book and have a whole lore system about that book.
Yeah.
And that was something that was really cool. But what I hate is about Skyrim is they haven't really done anything after that. Like they did that online game, which in my opinion was trash.
It was a good idea, trash implemented. Because as far as a business stance goes, like MMOs make money.
Yes. That was
Skyrim made us money.
That was a good idea, money business-wise, but
they just blew it up in their own face.
yeah. I really didn't like that. I would love for, if nothing else, it with PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever bullshit number they
I
put
think
on it.
focusing on these little guys is almost pointless. Doesn't seem to be getting me dick all.
I don't want them to release another Skyrim. I want them to release an updated Skyrim. Because now that it's been, what, 6, 7, 8 years since it came out, is it time for a graphics update to remake it with better graphics?
They did one when they put it on the new system or whatever, however you want to word it. The new engine.
Yeah.
But it really didn't do.
Like, don't get me wrong.
They broke some things about it.
The landscaping always looked really good. The people still really had a big problem, especially with how they didn't really have expressions.
Yeah.
That really messed with me. But Logan said, I got 30 hours into Persona 5, but it's too long. Have you seen Unreal Engine 5?
Yes! Oh my god. You can talk hours on the amount of triangles they get there. They did an entire showpiece about the graphical power of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're fucking hell. Oh god. Barrett went down. My health tank is gone.
Logan is LOL, but so I haven't seen
Shake it off, okay?
Unreal Engine 5, and I don't know too much about it.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is I don't have to tell you much about, like, when making a game, your files kind of, you get a bunch of polygon shapes and then you put your textures on. Well, detail that they got on their polygons was like what you saw on screen. Each individual triangle was a pixel on your monitor.
Gotcha.
They went crazy with it, and I loved it.
So, this is where I'm going to show my ignorance in the technical side of gaming and gaming development. Unreal Engine, is that something owned by a specific company? Or is that an engine that they then sell themselves out? They outsource it?
They outsource it. It's outsourced. But
Okay.
I think somebody
So
does,
it's not like
yeah.
it's not like Bethesda owns.
Right.
It's more like it's an independent thing that Bethesda then can buy, or I guess rent or lease or whatever you call it. Buy the rights
Where's
to,
Corneo?
but then anyone else
Yeah,
can also
sorry,
buy the rights to
bastard got
Unreal
away.
Engine.
Yes. Unreal Engine is actually so available.
It's fine.
It's something that a lot of independent game developers will use as well.
And then
tracking
he
down
says,
eventually.
I've worked with Unreal
Unity's
Engine
another
4.
one.
So I've worked with Unreal Engine 4, and then this is Unreal Engine 4 Final Fantasy VII.
About that.
Okay.
So I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
And he's talking about
She could
Unreal
still
Engine
be
5.
out there.
Well, he's saying that he's worked with 4 before.
Oh,
Never be
yes.
sure how much someone means to you till
It's
they're
an engine
gone.
anyone can use, created
Don't
by
give
Epic
up on
Games.
it
It's
yet.
free. Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was free.
That's why it's used by so many people.
Epic Games, that's the Chinese company, right?
Yes.
What was she
great.
trying to tell me?
Because God, fuck.
We'll meet again.
Epic Games, what's that parent company?
It's a symbol of reunion.
I can't
I
remember.
know who what
Yeah,
you're thinking
the
of.
parent company that is so deeply into gaming itself that
guess
it's
I've got no
actually
choice but to
uncomfortable.
find her
It almost feels like the Disney of gaming.
Thanks.
Hold up.
Yeah, as
think you
if
might
they have
be
their fingers and
forgetting
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't.
Is it really Chinese? Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Epic Games. I mean, Epic Games aren't they the ones
Let's get
that
outta
do
here. And then I'll give you
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they're definitely the
And
Epic Games.
there's a
the
bigger
parent
issue.
company that owns Epic Games is also the company that owns TikTok,
Something
or not?
in there.
Yeah, TikTok, right? Yeah, TikTok is. It feels weird saying that. I feel old. I'm 22. They're the same parent company that owns TikTok, and that whole TikTok ban that was happening thanks to Donald Trump.
Yeah, and that's what I was
people
going to
who-
get into that.
People who really like Epic Games
Jesus,
was
no,
really worried
I
that was
wanna
going to evolve into that too.
From what I understand, the reason that it's a big issue.
He said they made Unreal Tournament 2, and then he goes, "Oh God, TikTok." But
that's
yes.
spot on. That's the real emotion.
But yeah, the parent company owns TikTok and owns Epic Games,
yes.
which is why I'm now uncomfortable that Epic Games has its fingers in everything gaming.
And there's less of an issue with that as far as
TikTok
the
is
fear,
cancer.
The fear of China, but China recently made it, from what I understand, that if you're a company based in China, you have to, by law, give them access to everything.
If they ask, yes.
Yes. And
Taste that sweet
there's too
mid-God
much
smoke.
available for user data in some of
This
these
way.
things, TikTok and the gaming community and so on. That's the part I'm uncomfortable with.
I definitely don't like TikTok. TikTok is used by too many young people who
Grappling
make
guns.
too many mistakes, and they're going to regret
You
it
can
once they're.
practically fly with the
25,
25, 30.
30.
Oh, that's absolutely
But
true.
Twitter, I think, is also
Sector 7 is
Absolute
on the other side
cancer.
of that wall.
like people complain about Facebook. I feel like
The guns
because
will get you
Facebook
over
is
and
full of
past
a bunch of
it, along with
boomers,
any
it's
number of
really
other obstacles.
somewhat innocent as
The
far as the
worst
culture.
thing, the worst thing you have there is a bunch of,
But
as
they're
far as
one-way
the general
tickets.
public goes, the worst
Yeah.
thing you have is a bunch of Karens.
So once
Yeah,
you start,
And
That's-
it's
that's
so
what I'm
much,
saying.
and it's
Coming
so much
back.
easier to say "shut up, Karen"
probably get
than
your
it
affairs
is
in order,
to deal with
just in
an
case.
entire mob of screaming.
Thank you.
He says full of fake people, and you are
Didn't tell you
absolutely
before,
right.
but
Yeah.
we're looking for
TikTok
someone,
takes
too.
the worst of Instagram and the worst
That
of
right.
YouTube and puts it into a 6-second video. That's honestly what
Fuck,
it
that's
is.
exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's the worst of the fakeness of Instagram.
And it's so much easier to for somebody to be like, I'm gonna be fake for 6 seconds at a time, than like somebody being like, I'm gonna make a character and act on it.
Well, that's the problem. It is that TikTok takes the fake creation of a character that Instagram does,
It
but then
literally
turns it
feeds
into the
attempt,
lifestyle videos that or the lifestyle video or
Oh God, where can I sit down?
God, what's the word I want to use?
You know, whatever. I'm just gonna
Personality.
heal myself the old-fashioned
You
way.
get to enjoy the personality of that character like you would with YouTube, like the Logan Pauls of YouTube.
Let's be
But
honest,
TikTok
that's totally
it-
shit. But
But the problem is TikTok allows anyone to be Logan Paul because anyone can be Logan Paul for 6
Ready to
seconds.
do this? Once we start up that wall, we won't be coming back here anytime
So it's
soon.
TikTok is terrible for that reason.
oh man, do I push on? There are side missions I haven't done, but I'm not really hell-bent on 100%ing this.
I mean,
I'm gonna push forward.
You know, part of me
I
wishes
will
we
say
could
that
do
it
more for
actually,
the people
from what
down
I
here
understand, TikTok
before we
does
take the
have
fight to
a
Shinra. Sure you want to go now?
decent size animal community, which is surprising to me. So that was kind of interesting to me.
That TikTok has an animal community.
To the size of which it seems like it actually is.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
Logan Paul is going
Excited?
to hell, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's someone.
yeah.
Uh,
Those TikTok videos are also fake.
look, if I was the one calling the shots,
Sit
I'm with
there,
you.
waiting for us.
Yeah.
Then we best get a move on. Huh?
I do have to admit, though,
Ready?
it's terrible, but Logan and Jake Paul are super smart when it comes to business. They make all the right moves. It's just like the Kardashians. They're terrible people.
Or God, who are those other ones? The nightclub that everybody was loving for like a year and a half.
I don't know.
Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see. Jersey Shore's different, though, because I feel like...
They didn't make any good business calls, but they had a showrunner who made good business calls.
Yes. The producer, because they had
Two
producers,
goals.
it was very different.
Yeah.
Goal
No.
one.
When you're the
But that's what I'm
Kardashians
saying,
or...
it's
Save the planet. Goal
Similar
two.
build
Save the
up.
girl
When you're
while
Kardashians
kicking
or
out
the
of
Paul
their
brothers,
ass and
you
get
have
out.
to do it all yourself. And that's
At
why...
least the Kardashians started that way.
Yes.
They
But-
certainly aren't anymore.
No, but they started that way, which is why I have respect for their obviously...
Gotta be careful. No
skilled
telling what's
business
gonna collapse
minds.
or win.
Even
But-
if the quote unquote product they were selling wasn't my thing.
But I do have to say, it
Yes,
is
the butt, Quinn. That's what I'm talking about.
what I really, really like. No, that is my thing.
Can you stand?
Not the Kardashian style. Especially because one of those is.
Why did this have to happen?
Continue.
It can be fake, and I'll still play with it.
I guess.
But I'm.
Hey,
That's my thing.
you
man.
guys might want to turn around.
But
A friend of ours needs help.
It's too dangerous.
I have. I
For
do
you,
think
maybe.
that the Paul brothers actually should be charged for a lot of legal issues that they really have when it comes to their videos.
and it seems
It's
like
about
they
the-
really haven't just because of social clout.
Well, they haven't because we don't see YouTube in the same light that we would any type of TV show. But legally speaking, they've broken many laws if they were a TV show.
Yeah.
It's funny thing about reality TV is it isn't. Yeah, exactly. Reality TV isn't. But this is actually a really interesting thing. If you didn't know about this, I think I told you about it before, though. That the whole reason why you don't get shows like Transformers or G.I. Joe anymore is that you can't have a TV show, a children's TV show that is designed to market a product. And
Biggest crime against humanity.
the idea is there, but the fact that we lost He-Man, we lost G.I. Joe, we lost Transformers, you're right. Biggest crime against humanity. You know,
I mean, joking, but yes.
I know that China's doing this whole Uyghur Muslim genocide, but G.I. Joe, man.
Gonna stand hard on that one.
You're taking away children's American pride. But there's a genocide on American pride. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I
But-
believe that one.
But because of that law that says that you can't have a TV show trying to the point of the TV show is to sell a product. you have to have majority of the show not be about the product, right?
Right.
Well, Logan, no, it was Jake Paul. Jake Paul made like a 17-minute video where essentially, I think it was almost 10 or 11, maybe even 12 minutes of that was selling products. It was selling the Jake Paul brand. It was selling his shirts. It was selling his tour. It was selling stickers. It was selling whatever products he had, which meant that if you followed that law, he not only broke it, he just decimated it. So that's why I think that there's a sense of where we should start looking at YouTube as
it's a form of entertainment.
Yeah, and if you're going to have that law, we need to apply it through all platforms.
Once again, like a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, or any other content creator who starts out making things and isn't immediately pushing product would be in a different avenue.
Hell, even if he started making things and pushing products, I think it wouldn't be in the same avenue as someone who...
Pushing product is the content.
Pushing product, the problem is pushing product is the content, and that they are a legitimate personality on YouTube. You know, a guy with 6 subscribers whose whole video is buy my shirt really isn't a thing.
Yeah. But even like,
I would argue once you, I think you should be.
I was gonna say like with Markiplier as the example I'm gonna pull to, he has that new clothing brand, Cloak, I think it is.
Okay.
And you know, he'll promote it at the start of a video and be like, hey, this is a thing, I really like this product, hey, go out and buy it. But then he does his show afterwards.
Yes.
That's different because you are making a commercial in your show, but it's not your show.
I think it would also be different to create a video that is the commercial. Your video is the commercial, but you shouldn't have the commercial be your show. Does that make sense?
I think so. I think
like one 3, 4, 5 minute video a week talking about your product is very different.
How can I get you up there to punch things? There we go.
You know, 1 or 2 of those videos a week, hell, even 1 a day. But then you also have your other product being your whatever your product as in your show. If you do 5 minutes of that and then 20 minutes of your show, I think that's very different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very uncomfortable thing to talk about with YouTube because there's so much gray area. But I think once you start becoming a monetized person, you really should consider, legally we should consider the laws that are applied to TV that aren't applied to YouTube.
Yeah. The hard part is going to be where you draw the line.
Logan's right. If your content is good enough, you don't need to push products. I don't know, I just wouldn't want to invest my time in selling things. I mean, it's to each their own. Honestly, when I worked at the store, I really liked selling products, and I want to create products, and I would want to sell them. I would want to invest my time in selling my
products. Yeah, you actually
products.
have some product ideas in your head that you would love to be able to pursue.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go back down.
Honestly, I want to do a whole physical brick and mortar business that is designed around essentially the products I want to create. So to each their own. You know, I really like selling. My favorite thing in the world is when someone comes in and they want one thing and I sell them 20.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not immoral about it. Someone comes in saying, you know, like when I worked at the pet store, someone came in saying my dog is starving. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to get them the food that they're going to eat immediately, even if it's garbage food and not healthy for them. I know they're going to eat it because it's packed full of things that are supposed to taste good.
Yeah. Your dog is in need of the calories first. We'll worry about nutrition later.
Yes. Or if grandma came in, I'm not going to sell grandma unnecessary products. Or if a little kid came in saying, I want to buy a ball python, I'm not going to sell him 120 different things that he doesn't actually need. Because I want him to come back. I want grandma to come back.
We've made it through worse, you know.
But, which is literally, I loved your take on
we haven't been killed a dozen times
when it comes to like how to make it when you're in like an area that's struggling. I don't want to use the word ghetto because it's not quite right.
Wonder if this rope.
But an area that's struggling, the way you like solidify your like
Time for the grappling guns.
person-to-person
Try to aim
power.
for that part of the rope that's
Get on the
there.
grandma's side.
Don't screw
Oh,
up, you
absolutely.
bud.
Get on grandma's side, and the other thing
If
is,
Nana loves you, the world loves you.
I get people to spend more money by saving them money.
Just remember, we
They
can't
keep coming
come
back to
down.
me.
That's exactly, yeah.
They say, okay, you saved me. Because here's the beautiful thing about selling. Technically, if you're buying yourself and you did your own research, let's say you were going, I'm going to use a bullshit example with bullshit prices. Say you wanted dog food and you're going to buy this $20 bag of dog food, right? Because you did your own independent research and figured that
This
you're
is
willing
what you
to,
want.
yeah, that you're willing to make these sacrifices to get this price or whatever it might be. Now, I might be able to sell you the $30 bag instead, but what I like doing is showing you the $50 bag and now saving you money by saying, okay, you can get this $50 bag, but I'm going to save you a little bit of money so you get this $50 bag for $40.
Yeah.
So you still come in spending way more than you expected, but you feel like you saved money.
We can take
And that's what I love. That's the game I like playing.
We need to stay on mission.
Also, you have to read your clients and understand if they have that to spend.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But man, there were some people that came into the Sterling Heights location.
Oh my God, you have told me so many
Oh.
stories of like they literally
I've-
just had buckets of cash. To
Yeah,
throw
I've
at
had
you.
people drop $400 or $500 2 or 3 times in a week.
saving Aerith is our top priority.
And I mean, look, you're talking about a place where when a person's car runs out of gas, they buy a new car.
Yes, but I loved that. So let's see what Logan had to say, because I kind of was waiting for everything to say. I worked at a thrift shop. The people running the place sucked. It's dumb because they wouldn't allow their customers to haggle with them when the thrift shop was way stocked. Isn't the point of a thrift shop being able to
Haggling?
haggle?
Yeah, that's part of
part of the fun.
appeal of people shopping there.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That sounds like some dumbass people.
Yeah, I mean, that does take away the point of a thrift shop is to bargain, because usually the people who own the thrift shop are great at bargaining, and they have that same thing I was talking about. You feel like you save money even though you spent more because they're just that good at bargaining.
Yeah.
They're good at the game.
It's like playing a game and not wanting to do anything.
It really, there's a part of me that does really feel disgusted by using people's money as a game. But it does have a good feeling. There is that serotonin in my brain saying, hey, you're doing good, when I see people spend $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Even if it is
Well, when
kind of
have you ever
unnecessary.
admitted to not being a piece of shit, though?
I guess that is the flaws with the human race. It's not flaws with me, it's the flaws with the human race.
Yeah, you can't have flaws when you're perfect, right?
Yeah.
Is this where we're going?
It was a pastor running the place, and he hated all the customers. How are you a pastor? I take
how
that
are
back. No, I take that back because there's that one pastor that says I need to buy a plane because I don't want to be on a tube full of demons.
Okay, you know what? I think I was going to be in the same boat as you, and I agree.
I mean, that statement was how
You literally called your people.
yeah.
Demons.
You're insulting your customers. That's the same people.
That is a thing. Like, pastors are basically selling Jesus. That's a unique way to look at it.
What I really hate is the company I worked for. There was a handful of people that claimed
This
that
is
the
Hunter
owner
2-2.
was
Just had to bring down a
prejudiced
few
in certain
monsters.
ways
Over.
that didn't make sense because his clientele was that people that they were claiming to be prejudiced against. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean that. How are you going to say that we're prejudiced against them when we design our company?
We ain't running
Essentially.
and we ain't hiding. Y'all don't know the meaning of suffering, but you will.
God, I love Barrett.
Yeah.
All was
Give me
over.
the thing. And Cloud's like, no, I'm gonna play it off. I'm gonna go in. And Barrett's like, fuck that. God, I love Barrett.
Well, Cloud was trying to be all calm and rational, and Barrett said we don't negotiate with terrorists.
They are the terrorists, though. I mean,
Yeah.
they are eco-terrorists.
Technically.
That's literally like the general
But
starting concept.
but tell me that wasn't what just happened.
No, it kind of is, and I love it.
Not this guy again.
Barrett is like why I love Final Fantasy VII. Daddy Barrett is just a fantastic character.
You know what I do love, though? I mean, you work in Detroit, so I don't know if you have the same experience I do with this. Because Detroit's obviously as rough as Flint, if not
much
more
choice.
in certain cases. and probably in many cases.
All right, how did I trigger that grappling hook again?
But I do have to say I really like working in Sterling Heights and then working now in Utica, Michigan.
I am trying all of the buttons and I can't figure out how to trigger the grappling hook. So, grappling hooks aren't a thing, they're a lie.
Logan said they are good terrorists. Yes, they are. But, no.
Oh, really? Is it just like, I have to wait for the reticle to... Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
That wasn't very clearly explained, but okay.
So tell me if you have had this experience or not. I imagine not nearly as much as I would because, like I said, you're in Detroit. But being that I've worked in Flint and now working in more of an upper class area, not so much as I once did, but it's still, they're more upper class than Flint is. I share stories about people who have interacted in Flint with these people, and they're like, no, that doesn't really happen, does it? I was like, yeah, that was Tuesday. That was a Tuesday. Like, I shared the story of someone ODing in our parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, the guy who threatened your life on your birthday. It's like, look, you tilted at the guy, he tilted back harder, and you weren't willing to deal with that.
No, I didn't get paid enough to put my life on the line.
No, absolutely.
$13 or $14 an hour, now we're talking. But at that time, it was like 11 something. I was like, nah, fuck that. Especially because it was $16 worth of fish. I was disgusted that my life was worth $16 worth of fish to that man.
Yeah.
But it's funny sharing those stories. Or I was sharing a story about how some lady
He didn't give a shit
went
about
on
what I was
vacation.
doing.
And this is something that still baffles me, and I live in Flint. Lady went on vacation for like a month or so, came back. Like, I think she had 6 or 7 fish tanks were stolen. And her front door was stolen. And her front porch was stolen.
Yeah.
They stole her fucking porch, man. That was hilarious.
It's sad.
Sad, but hilarious. Like, who the fuck would steal a porch? Apparently, that's an actual, like, a big problem that people have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not just a one-off. Like, that's an actual
No, I've
thing.
actually heard it before. It happens out in Detroit.
But
too.
what the fuck? One time, a drunk man walked in my family's apartment without me noticing and fell asleep on my mom's bed. Wow. Okay. We haven't had that.
But yeah, no,
I did have some guy high as fuck on something sleep in the dog food.
So you know what's strange? You were asking about have I had that experience before?
Yeah.
So, kind of the inverse. A lot of people, when they hear Detroit and you see pictures online, it's like, oh my god, how bad is Detroit?
And you're like, it's really not that bad. You only get stabbed occasionally.
Well, it's when I referred to when I talk to people in Detroit and they're like, oh yeah, it's so bad here, and I'm just like, Flint is Detroit's abused younger sibling. Like the stuff you hear bad in Detroit, like the really bad Detroit stuff, yeah, it beats us out. But we have more of the like mid-tier shit goes on.
Yeah.
Than Detroit does. And so it's like on average we take the cake, but then you hear that one story and it's like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
You're telling me this, like, yeah, one of the ones that really got to me was, and I've told this story before, I don't think on stream, but it's one that I've mentioned. I was looking at moving out into Detroit because it was going to be closer to where I worked and, I didn't want to do the drive anymore. I found a place that was well within my price point in cash. I wouldn't have to do any, playing around, which the people I was talking to were absolutely loving. And so I went out there to see it in person, and it was, I don't know if they just didn't even think to ask, but they immediately said, we are not renting to you. What? Why? You're white. The reason this place is open right now, last guy was a white guy, and he was executed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was in his apartment,
yeah,
executed for being white.
So Flint doesn't have that kind of problem.
Yeah.
But but there is still some funny stories. Hell, I remember at my old job we had a naked guy walk across our way.
That really says a lot when you're just like, yeah, we had some really fucked up shit. But there are funny stories that are still fucked up shit.
one of my favorite stories that I was... It would have been so much funnier if it didn't happen to me, but it happened to me. So it's not as funny to me. Lady came in. So I was working in the back of the store with the reptiles and the fish, and amongst the dog food as well, but primarily I was there working on reptiles and fish. And this lady came up to me and asked for feeder fish. Mind you, it's 11 o'clock in this morning. We just got our shipment of fish, and I was unpacking it. And this lady is dressed like a cowgirl, drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, stumbling, falling down, drunk as fuck.
What day of the week was this?
It was Thursday, I think.
Yeah. Her week ended.
I honestly
Wednesday.
think it was a... no. No, that would have been a... Would that have been a Monday?
I just hope that this time it holds.
Then maybe her weekend was still going.
I'm trying to remember what that schedule was. I can't remember that schedule now.
All right. Yeah, the thing is that people's
No, it
schedules
was a Monday.
are so wild.
It was a Monday because Sunday was our 25% off on fish.
All right.
So yeah, it was a Monday. She came and trashed at 11 a.m. And she wanted some feeder fish. And I told her, okay, how many feeder fish? And she said, just give me some. And I said, okay, but how many? What, like when you say some, do you want 3 or 4? Because that's some to me.
Yeah.
What's your sum is what I was trying to understand. So I asked her, how many, give me a number. She goes, stop playing games with me, boy. What?
I'm not playing games, man.
Yeah,
I want to get you fish.
I need a number. Mind you, the guy who was delivering our fish was fucking dying laughing.
Yeah, of course.
Oh god, he thought it was hilarious. And I was arguing with this woman trying to get a number of fish. And I said, look, I'm just going to start bagging fish.
Tell me when to stop.
But yeah, and tell me when to stop. I bagged up like 30 fish.
The woman wanted fish. I don't know what she wanted those fish for.
I have 2 theories. One was that she was going to put him in like a stupid vase and kill all the fish. Because she thought she could put 30 fish in the vase because she was drunk as shit. 2, fish shots. Those are a thing. You put fish in, like a little fish in the vodka, shot it.
I'm shocked, but I feel like I shouldn't be.
So Logan said, I enjoyed talking with you guys. I'll see you later.
Yep, have a good one,
the
man.
death sentence is disgusting in my opinion. The fact that that has killed innocent people at all taints the whole thing.
The what?
The death sentence?
Keep it together.
Okay.
I think he meant executed.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
He wasn't executed in the stance of like the law did it. He was dropped to his knees, bullet in the back of the head.
By just other people in the air.
By just other scum.
But
because yeah, if you're gonna just execute somebody, especially because of at least their interpretation was he was the only white guy. For racial reasons, you are scum, and the buck stops there. But yeah, to clarify, that was not a death sentence thing.
However, since it is on the topic,
oh geez, this is gonna get weird now.
So Halo Master Chief says, I'm still here, guys. I've just been watching the stream. That was Halo Master Chief. So
Halo Master Chief, give us good things to talk about.
yeah, let's not talk about the death sentence. But since we are talking about, I do have to agree that I would rather have, I'd rather have 10 guilty people go than 1 innocent person die. I do have to say that because
I would like to say I'm in that camp, but there are limits I would have.
But we'll end it there because that's a super dangerous conversation. So we can go back about how you have terrible opinions about Breath of the Wild.
I also have terrible opinions about a lot of things. So
You do. You what did I say earlier? A horrible human being or something like that.
yeah. Well, you know, if the shoe fits, wear it. And
But,
apparently we're similar sized feet.
We are, but yours are wide.
So if the shoe fits me, it's gonna fit you.
Deal with that.
It's a dumb way to put it, and I actually think it worked out better than it should have.
I guess. I don't know. I'm incredibly thirsty though because I've been really talkative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you can go do that. I am gonna try to deal with all of these robot boys, because God, there's so many of them here, and I think I should check this. Let me check the Oh shoot! All right, these little shocking guys aren't left anymore. I was wondering if they were going to be immune to the thunder ability, which Tifa can't even use. Good job, Tifa. But
Look now, but it's about to get real.
yeah, what we were talking about before things got really dark and deep.
Too late.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back.
Good job, Quinn. You're back. I was running. I was lost. I didn't know where to go.
I will say, we are past our normal time, but I'm not too offended by it.
Move
All
aside.
right. Yeah, I want to get to probably the next sit-down spot or the top of this pillar. That's going to be another big change-up spot.
Halo said, well, while I'm watching the stream, I'm going to be watching Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh,
That's really interesting.
Which one
That's the latest one, I think.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay. The recent Spider-Man movies have been really good too.
Oh, yeah.
But once again, you know,
Tom
wrong
Holland,
opi-
I think that kid is.
Yeah.
Really, really good Spider-Man. His personality, even outside of the role, really fits Spider-Man. But
It really fits the younger Spider-Man concept.
I will have to say, I'm really impressed that you can watch two things at once and really at least understand both of them, because I would struggle so hard with that, because I'm
Want to go up there so bad.
I am such trash at multitasking.
I can do it for some things, but yeah, my brain doesn't split that well. Obviously, when streaming, I have that problem a lot, where I'm trying to do one thing in the game, and trying to hold a conversation either fails horribly, or I literally have to focus more on one than the other, like I was just doing from the first robot.
Yeah, no, do you remember when we did the horror game, whatever horror game that was?
Yeah.
I was so fucking bad. Alright. I promise you I'm not that bad at games. It's just trying to do two things at once. I'm so disgusting at that.
But there was.
And then Logan said, it was fun. See ya. See ya, Logan.
Yep, have a good one.
It's actually been years since I talked to you, so.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for him to do his live stream again on Twitch, but I don't think he did one this week. I don't know why, and you know, not really my place to ask.
Don't overdo it.
But I will say, don't know if Logan is still around or
I
here.
can barely get in there from time to time and get like 2 punches in.
So the time that he was doing a lot of streaming that I was watching, legitimately, he was the only reason I was on
Twitch?
On Twitch.
Yeah, no, it was the same thing for me.
Until
Let's go.
Brenny Beast did a couple live streams, and God, someone that Brenny Beast played with him, can't remember his name for the life
If
of me.
any of this crumbles, we're all
another
going
minor
to.
See, I used to, yeah, I did watch Rennie Beast.
Watching an Australian do anything is funny.
That's okay. That is literally the only reason. So I watch. God, I can't think of his name. He's one of the big Fortnite players.
Oh, I don't know.
But I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of Fortnite. Like, I've watched other people play Fortnite, and I don't give a shit. But you know, his over-the-top Australian isms coming through.
Logan said that he's been really busy. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I will say, speaking of Australians, and this is incredibly offensive, but I just watched one of Gabriel Iglesias' Netflix things.
Yeah.
Hilarious guy, you know, a lot
Gabriel
of...
Iglesias is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious, and you know a lot of his jokes are based on his weight.
Yes.
He was talking about how Australia was one of his favorite places, if not his favorite country besides America to go to, because Australians don't have a filter. They just say whatever the fuck is on their mind. Right? And so he was making the jokes about him being on the beach and people making fun of him.
Oh, hold on. So this is these are the cities basically where we're at when we crossed over.
Yeah.
I think this is near where the plate fell. That's the destruction they did, just to fuck with us. Plus a few other people, but you know, main team right here.
But so Gabriel Iglesias.
God, that's so pretty though. The differences. Sorry.
Yes.
Gabriel Iglesias
was making the jokes about his weight.
Arbitrary interjection.
Was making jokes about his weight being on the
Save
beach
some for later.
and how he was saying that Australians are calling him like a beach whale and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And now obviously he had a way more funny approach, but what I thought was funny is because we laugh at the old Zach and Cody joke about having bacon bits in your bloodstream.
Yes.
Gabriel Iglesias was talking about how people were calling him fat and he was crying, and then that the Australians were like, "Oh, I bet it tastes like gravy." I thought, "Oh my god, that's fucking great!"
Yeah.
That's hilarious, and it goes so well with the bacon bits in the bloodstream joke. Oh my god.
I'd feel worse about that if it wasn't for the fact that I'm also just a very overweight guy.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to be careful with the way I say that. I didn't want to make it sound like I was saying that about you. But it's such a good joke.
It's literally a fat people thing, but
yes, but it's fun.
And I can't say it's not true because I've never tasted my own tears.
I've tasted Chuck Norris's tears.
What?
You gave me that as a Christmas present.
Oh shit, that's right.
I remember you cheaped out on Christmas money.
I don't think I even cheaped out.
How did you not cheap out? You took a water bottle, you printed a fake label,
No,
and put salt in water.
I'm not sure if that was me or not, but
that was absolutely.
No, that did that.
Oh.
But
if you bought it from one of your friends, you really got cheated.
No, I know it would have been something I did as a gag gift along with other things.
I don't remember
it's not
when it
like
was.
me to be like, oh, Christmas, let me spend 2 cents on you.
I don't remember when it was, what year it was. I might not have had a job. But I remember it happened.
Yeah. I can't think of any Christmas that I didn't do something for.
Well, I'm sure there were plenty of Christmases, dude, where you didn't have a job and couldn't buy things.
Oh, yeah, but
like at least 18 of them. I wasn't
put
there
a
for
bit,
7 of them.
I put a bit more work into those things.
But,
and you know, after you were born, you know, I got like another 4 years of mom and dad buying you shit on my behalf, so it wasn't until I was 12 that it was like, okay, you really got to start doing shit for your brother.
But do I really have to?
Fine.
I find myself doing that for the kids a lifetime.
Do I have to? That's gonna come through in a comical sense, I'm sure.
I meant
everybody's gonna love that.
I meant putting their names on things.
Oh, buying it for them on their behalf. That's very different. Do I have to buy them things?
It's really hard for me to buy them things because here's the thing: I know their aunt is going to buy them clothes.
Can I just follow the way?
Shit ton of clothes. So I'm set on buying clothes, right? Everyone else is going to buy them toys. So my present shouldn't be toys or clothes.
Yeah, clothes or toys.
What the fuck is left? Do I buy fucking diapers for their birthday?
Rayleigh doesn't even wear diapers, Quinn.
Exactly. What the fuck would I buy Rayleigh?
Which is why we tend to... We have gone above and beyond for those kids, too.
Oh, I'm not saying you guys haven't, but I'm saying you guys leave me with nothing.
No, I was saying we, both of us, because, I mean, that last birthday... I mean, you didn't break the bank, but you went out and hunted for those deals and got some crazy stuff.
Yeah, those deals were fucking great deals. Holy shit, that was good.
You spent like what, $40, and you were able to even get them one of those motorized.
Everything total was $80 roughly, like $82, $83, and it was a little motorized car that they drive around.
Yeah,
everybody's
at least seen one.
Yes, and every kid got.
Even if you were the kid that didn't have one, and we're looking at the rich kids who did.
Yeah, and then the other.
I'm looking at you, Quinn. I didn't have one. You had two.
Two?
You had the one before the one that Uncle Matt ended up buying. You had a real little kid one.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was. I don't even think it was like battery operated. It was not the style I'm talking about.
I had to fucking crank my car.
No, it was like your feet went through and you had to walk it thing.
Oh, well that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. But
because
it made it funnier.
The kids have one like that already, but
it made it funnier.
But yeah, I got one of those, and the other two kids at least got 2 toys, and then obviously the birthday girl got more than 2 toys, and even the nephew got a toy because I bought his toy for like $6 or something like that.
But literally to piss off the parents.
Yes, literally to piss off the parents because I like.
You didn't have to deal with it.
Yes, it's one. So a lot of the toys that I got would sing, and obviously every parent hates singing toys. Well, I gave them the loudest one. It was a boombox.
Don't overdo it.
And when I went over to their house for dinner one day,
tell me they just looked at you like, why the fuck?
No. So the aunt didn't, but the uncle was like, "Hey, thanks by the way for that." And I go, "Oh yeah, no problem." He goes, "I'll remember that." So it was pretty funny.
So you're gonna buy my kids toys now, right?
Yeah, what's the problem? But no, but I am stuck with the problem of what do I buy? Because the other problem is Autumn fucking shops 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
So she already knows what she thinks.
Oh my god, everybody is so dying right now.
I always ask, what do they need? And I get told nothing really. And I'm like, well, great. So what am I supposed to buy?
So what are my options?
So then I go out and almost every time I find deals of some kind that I buy. And I buy for everyone because I struggle to just buy it for one kid. Because I see those deals and it's like, I'm never going to get this again. And then I have no patience and I can't hold it out. I can't hold on to it. I have to give them a toy because I want to see them react.
Yeah. I'm terrible with that too. It's why I don't like doing surprises. Oh god. Oh god, so many grenades. No, get me out of that line of sight.
I also don't like getting surprises, only and especially when they say, I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me. That's all I want.
Oh,
just don't tell me. Telling me you have a surprise for me really ruins the point of the surprise.
Of the surprise, yeah.
This right here is the power of the blade.
You know what I do remember? And I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the year I got my first fish tank? And how excited I was about that surprise? Do you remember how I got a Game Boy that year too and I totally fucking ignored it and I feel bad to Aunt Kimmy for it?
Yeah.
Because I was so like, yeah, it's a Game Boy, whatever, Aunt Kimmy. I got a fish tank!
Deal with that.
It was your avenue.
Oh man, that was cool. I still have it.
Yeah. It is still one of your big tanks.
For the longest time, that was the biggest tank I've ever had.
Yeah.
I never did beyond 20 gallons. Which I'm now very happy I did 40 gallons, and I can't wait to do more. So, speaking of that, I looked more into the electric catfish.
Yes.
A lot of people keep it in 120 gallons, which is a normal size fish tank. It's a 4x2x2.
Okay.
I think I might try that. And if she outgrows it, then she outgrows it. But I'd rather have her in an aquarium than a pool. But if she outgrows 120, then I would like to just get her a decent sized pool, like a 6x3 or 6x4 pool, and really just give her a shit ton of space. Because if she gets bigger than that, she deserves that much space. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
But I'd love to put her in a 120 gallon tank because you can stack 2 or 3 of those relatively well. More like 2 if you want to see them really comfortably. Height-wise, because the third one's usually way too tall if you stack them. But the reason I say that is because I really want gulper catfish too, and I couldn't justify.
All right. Well, there goes Barrett.
I couldn't justify to myself having 2 pools for catfish. But if I can put them all,
I mean, you could find a way to justify it yourself. Right?
I could justify it to myself because if I was doing 2 pools for catfish, I might as well get retics. I knew I could stack retic cages. But now I found a way to stack catfish tanks. So now I have the electric catfish. God, I so badly want gulper catfish because they're the Pac-Man of the fish world.
Yeah.
They can
Those
swallow.
are the ones that I think were in one of the old Windows XP fishing games I had.
Were they?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Because when you caught them, you could bring them up, and they were some of the largest fish in the game.
That's surprising.
So if you were doing like a size challenge or whatever they had in it, that was the way to go. But you couldn't reel them in; you had to glitch it.
That's really interesting.
And the way you glitched it is you hook the fish and let it run itself wherever it wants, and move your boat towards the fish.
Huh. Okay.
As you reel in.
Gotcha.
And so once you hit that, you caught the fish gap. It counted you as catching it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. It's a really unique.
I'm going down again because I need to use items. We are not done fighting random guys.
That's really interesting because it is a very, very unique fish. But what's really, really cool about it is it's a fish that can eat things literally almost the size of it.
Oh yeah, their mouths in the game were like 40, maybe more % of the fish.
I mean, that sounds right. The gulper catfish's mouth is the length, or not the width, I guess you would say, the width of the body.
Yeah, that's about how they were depicted. So it might have been the fish they had.
Which is really funny to me because the electric catfish, for her size, I feel like has a really dainty mouth. Like when you look at red-tailed cats, or even what we have around here, the bullheads.
Yeah.
Their mouths are usually pretty good size, whereas she has a really dainty mouth. She being my electric catfish. Which I'm surprised more people don't realize that there are electric catfish. Like, everyone goes, oh, I thought it was just the electric eel.
It would be more weird if there was an animal that was the only animal to do a thing.
I guess, I mean, do you know what the tuatara is? The tuatara, gosh, I hope I'm not wrong. The tuatara is not a reptile, but it looks just like a lizard.
Okay.
I could be wrong, and it could be, maybe what it is that it's not a lizard, not a snake, not a turtle, not anything like that. But it looks like a lizard. I'm gonna Google it real fast just to make sure I'm not
Well, when you find it, do your best to describe it without using lizard or reptile.
I'm pretty sure it's almost like a water dragon. Look, you know what a water dragon
Yeah.
looks like. Yeah, very, very similar to a water dragon. Yeah. So it is a reptile, and it resembles a lot of different lizards. Like I said, one of them being a water dragon. But they are part of a distinct lineage that is separate from lizards.
Okay. So they aren't technically a lizard.
No, but they come from the same lineage, which is why they look so similar. I think it's almost like calling a chimp a monkey.
Okay. Similarities, but enough differences that says you can't technically be right and say that. Do I not go in here? Alright. Where is... Oh, I did say I was going to stop when we got to the next platform, and we are here. So we're going to end off on your Tuatara? Tuatara. All right. Thank you so much, everybody who stopped in. Hope you have a great week, and hope to see you next time. Have a good one.
All right, bye.